gonna do it. Facebook
All
gods.
right. Welcome, everybody. It's Deanna Nichols. And I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to my Facebook page, Oil Shares with Deanna Nichols. That's me. Oh, I figured it out. Yay, Deanna. Okay, so just a second. I was having a technological challenge and now it's over. Okay, so welcome to our weekly episode of Essential Oils Are Not Magic Beans. Tonight we're going to be talking about 10 of my favorite essential oils right here. These bad little boys, also known as the Home Essentials Kit. And they also come with a free petal diffuser. And we're going to be talking about getting your home ready for springtime. I don't know if you noticed, but spring happened the other day. And we're officially in spring. Sometimes I can't tell, and other times I can. Today was actually a really nice sunny day, so I spent a little time outside, took a nice walk. But you know what happened when I got back from my walk? My immune system was like, ooh, it's springtime. Let's make it impossible for you to see out of your eyes or breathe out of your nostrils. And so that's one of the things that we're going to prepare you for, is what to do when that kind of stuff hits you. We've got a solution for that and many other things, including spring cleaning and just all the things that you need to get ready to spend more time in your clean house and outdoors. And another friend tried to join me tonight, an 8-legged friend. So that's another joy that I could tell spring is coming. I live in the country and we have these giant spiders like this big that love to join us. So we do have a solution for that. So these are all the reasons why you're going to want to listen up. And I'm going to tell you why you want to stick around to the very end of our 30-minute broadcast, because at the very end, we're going to tell you how you can get a free bottle of Deep Blue Rub, okay, and a free bottle of a 5 ml Deep Blue Oil. These are amazing products for any sort of discomfort in your muscles, joints, bones, head tension, cramps when it's that special joyous time of the month, all of those things. And it's about a $75 value. We're going to show you how you can get that free, so stick around. Okay, I am joined by my lovely sidekick, Angela Tekell from Florida. And I don't want to hear your sad stories about how cold it is in Florida. So just go ahead and eliminate that out of your vocabulary in advance. Angela always likes to tell us like how sad it is for her in Florida and in the weather, but we don't feel bad for her at all. We're also going to be hearing from a couple of other friends. Susan is going to be joining us. Cindy's going to be joining us. Angela has no idea that's going to happen, but Cindy's sitting here with me from Michigan, and she's going to pipe in. She's got a really cool cleaning tip for you. So we are going to have lots of fun and games. Now, speaking of games, if you want to get a free roller bottle remedy, this one is called I Wish I Felt Less Pain. Don't we all? So if you would like to win a roller bottle remedy such as this, all you have to do is let us know you're here. It's really easy peasy. You just want to comment on the Facebook Live if you're watching via Facebook and say, hey, I'm a guest. That means I don't have a doTERRA membership. You don't have to say that part. Just say, hey, I'm a guest. And tell us who invited you. Are you a guest of the page? Did somebody specific invite you? What's up and how did you find us? The other thing we would like to do is give you a personalized essential oil regimen if you're new to our team. So if you just got your wholesale membership in the past 30 days, like since maybe February 24th, then let us know that you're a newbie and tell us the person who helped you get started. I'd like to greet Jamie, one of my newest newbies. And if you're watching, then all you have to do is say, hey, I'm a newbie and I was introduced to doTERRA by Deanna Nichols. And we'll put you, both of you groups, newbies and guests, we'll put you in 2 different drawings, one for the roller bottle remedy, and newbies will put you in there to get a personalized essential oil regimen for you or an immediate family member. Okay, so lots of cool stuff happening. If you're on Facebook, please comment. If you have a question, ask your question. If you have a tip or a quick story to share, it contributes to the learning process for everybody. If you're watching on Zoom and you want to enter a drawing, you need to send an email to oilshares with an S, SHARES, gift, GIFT, @gmail.com. Subject Magic Beans. Tell us whether you're a newbie or a guest and give us your info so that we can enter you into the drawing. We don't want to eliminate you because you're watching off Facebook. Okay? Cool, cool. All right, Angela, is that enough preface, or would you like me to quote, say, the Gettysburg Address? Are we good?
I mean, if you really want to, that might be impressive. I don't know.
Don't tempt me, because I will crack out the recitation 7 years ago. Anyway, there was some show that I watched as a kid, and one of the kids got up to quote the Gettysburg Address, and he said something about 40 years ago the score was 4-7 in favor of our fathers, and he misquoted it, but it was really funny. For some reason that stuck in my weird place. Yeah, movie trivia for some reason sticks in my head from the 80s. I don't know why. I can't remember what I had for lunch, however. We do have an oil for that too, so stick around. Angela's going to tell us. So Angela, why don't you dive in and let us know why these 10 oils are essential for the springtime?
Well, first of all, you just talked about how your eyes and nose are pretty much hating you when you go outside. And I think that's probably the biggest way that people in Florida know it's spring, because like our weather is, oh, we're going to be a little chilly, and now we're going to be 80, and now we're going to be a little chilly, and now we're going to be 90. And so we know spring's here when the pollen comes. And so that's been a fun friend of mine for the last month, and it's been making my skin really itchy and hard to deal with. So I have a trio of the oils that are in the top 10 that I use every day to help combat that. The first one is lemon oil, which is a nice citrus oil, and it's really good for pulling toxins out of your system. So toxins are like all the things that you really don't want in there. See, just throw some back. You can put it in your water if you're not as hardcore as Deanna. You can also diffuse it. If you don't want to, like if you say your kids are not down for putting the oils in their mouth, but maybe they have some pollen issues, you could diffuse it. You can also clean with it. It's really great for disinfecting. Everybody likes their kitchen to smell like lemon pretty much any time of year. I like to put it in my diffuser in the springtime just for a really great smell. That one and lavender together are really like nice and fresh and springy. Lavender is one of the ones I use all the time in the spring also, because it's pretty much just good for everything, but it's really calming to your skin and your body whenever it's like up on high alert from all the pollen. It kind of helps calm that system down too. It also can help decrease painful feelings if you have like a scratch or bruise or whatever. A lot of us, if we're spring cleaning or we're getting out with sports or whatever, that's something that happens. Burns. We have been at softball and t-ball games a lot. My husband did not remember his sunblock, so we've been using a lot of lavender to help his poor little porcelain skin get back to normal. He's like totally Scotch Irish, and tanning is not in the it's not in the regimen for him, bless his heart.
I also do not tan. Does he work on his freckle collection is what happens? That's what happens to me.
It pretty much just goes from red back to porcelain. That's like there's no in between.
Yeah, no, mine's a little okay. So I have a little
peeling.
Yes. I do, like my freckles just get closer together, and then people think I have a tan, but it's really just a conglomeration of freckling that's happening.
Yeah, he's not real big on freckles, but he definitely has to be real religious with his sunscreen. So we use a lot of lavender for that for him, poor guy. Also, if you get a kitchen burn type of thing, he's just not been having a good time lately. He ended up getting some tomato soup out of the microwave, and it just went all over his hand, and I mean his whole hand was like red and swollen, and it looked pretty bad. We were wondering if he might have to go to the doctor about it, but we got the lavender oil on there, but maybe I got him to do some cool water on there, and as soon as he could stand to get out of the cool water, we just like doused it in lavender, and we did that a couple more times that night, and then by the morning there was hardly any burn. So
did you know, Angela, I don't know if you know this or not, There was somebody did a study to compare the difference between putting your like burnt hand under cold water and then putting tea tree oil on it. And it basically works the same. Like the tea tree oil cools the temperature of your skin down, and then the lavender will soothe the burn. So I learned that, and I actually keep a little spray bottle of tea tree and lavender in the kitchen because that's where it normally happens to you.
Oh,
And it
that's
works
awesome.
really, really, really well.
I'll have to
Yeah.
try that. Oh, somebody's always burning themselves in the kitchen here, so I'll have to do that. I
Mhm.
feel like lavender tea tree oil works so good for so many different things anyway.
Yes.
They work, I guess, for
It's
that, but they
heavenly.
also, like, if you have throat discomfort or ear discomfort, you put those two together and it's really great. I had we went to the beach last summer and I forgot to cleanse my ear out, and so I started to get some ear discomfort. So I did exactly what Deanna's doing right now with the Melaleuca and lavender about twice that day. And then by the next day, I had no more ear discomfort. We do it on the front of the throat if anybody gets any throat discomfort, and it really just relieves that. It's not a problem anymore. So we love tea tree oil and lavender.
Let me make sure I'm not confusing anybody with my Vanna White impression here. So two things are happening that I don't want to confuse you. One is that we're talking about something called Melaleuca, and we're also talking about tea tree. We're not trying to confuse you. It's the same thing. It's got both names on here, if you can see that really up close. The other thing is that she's talking tonight about the oils that are in the regular drippy 15 milliliter. I didn't have my regular Melaleuca sitting here, so I just grabbed something called Melaleuca Touch. You can see it's in a roller and it says the word touch. And that just means it's already been diluted, so it just makes it really easy to apply topically on little kids, babies, people with sensitive skin like her husband and me, or just for convenience sake. And so I just wanted to show you why the difference between the name and the method of delivery.
Yeah, those are awesome on the go. I have all the touch ones like in my purse, so if something happens on the go, which it seems like it always does, I always need my oils on the go for either myself or someone else around me. And I love the little touch ones for that because they're really easy. You can apply them, and you don't really have to worry about if somebody's skin sensitive because it's already got the carrier oil in it. So yeah, the Melaleuca or tea tree oil is really good. Also, if you get those nice little bumps on your face that sometimes are caused by hormones or just really oily skin or that kind of stuff, you put that on there and it'll help dry those things up. We use that a lot on my 12-year-old because she's in that lovely stage of life where she's getting a lot of those. And then I get hormonal bumps sometimes, and I use it on myself. It's one of the few things I can use that doesn't like further aggravate it. My skin seems to be getting more sensitive as I age, so I have to be really careful about what I put on my skin, and that's one of the things that doesn't cause it to get worse. We talked about, the other thing that I really love to do with Melaleuca is to put it in a bath with Epsom salt. If someone is, say, having the feel bads, they don't feel very well, or if they're having like some muscle pain or something like that, it really seems to help with that. I think Epsom salt's amazing anyway, but combining the oils with the Epsom salt really seems to do a lot of good for my family.
Cool.
The third one in that I was going to talk about for the pollen issues is peppermint. So peppermint's really good for opening up your airways and giving you some respiratory support. And when you combine lemon, lavender, and peppermint, it's kind of like a triple threat. So you have the lavender that's kind of calm your system down from all of the stuff that's trying to aggravate it. The lemon's going to pull the toxins or the stuff that your body doesn't like out. And then the peppermint's going to help kind of open everything up so that you can breathe better. It's also really good for your digestive system. So it's I guess the brain, actually, I heard this, I don't know if it's right, so don't like take it to the bank, but I heard that a lot of people, the restaurants put peppermints at the end of a meal because the peppermint signals to your brain that that's the end of the meal, like you're supposed to stop eating.
Yes.
So
correct.
It's really good for your digestive system after you're eating. It's also really good for head tension, which is something that happens a lot with the pollen invaders. A lot of people get some head tension along with that. And one of the things that I love about peppermint that I use all year round, but you can use in the spring too, is that it helps with keeping me alert, especially in the car. We just went on a spring break trip last week, and I get really sleepy when I drive. So I just get my little oil diffuser for the car, and I just diffuse peppermint so that it helps me not get so sleepy while I'm in the car. And then it's a twofold because my daughter, she gets motion sick pretty easy. So if I have that going, it keeps me awake and it keeps her from feeling ill. So, and then Deanna has the little beadlets, which are awesome because it's like a little breath mint and a gel cap, and you just pop it in your mouth, and then your breath smells amazing, and you get all the benefits of the peppermint. So we like to diffuse the lemon, lavender, and peppermint at night in my kids' rooms. It helps them with support from all the pollen. And then I take it in a capsule twice a day whenever the pollen's out. I usually take it like once a day during normal times just to keep that itchy skin condition that I have to under control. But whenever the pollen's out, I have to have some extra support, and I take it twice a day. So that's one of my go-tos for the pollen time. Breathe is also an amazing one for this time of year. And it's one of our doTERRA specific blends that the single oils a lot of different companies have, but Breathe is very specific to doTERRA, and you can't get it anywhere else. And it's really good for your respiratory system. So it helps open everything up, and it can also help reduce anxious feelings if you're having any of those. And what else was I going to say about that? Oh, it's really nice to diffuse at night if you have noisy sleepers. So because it's going to help open up those nasal passages and everything, they're getting more air and they can possibly not be as noisy. So we do a lot of Breathe and lavender at night to help with sleeping and just getting into the mood for sleep, and then not having such a noisy sleeping. And then that's actually, she just pointed to the diffuser that comes with the kit that we're talking about. So if you get the kit we're talking about, you get all the oils we're talking about plus the diffuser. So then you can do whatever you want with your oils. You can do them topically, which is like on the skin. You can do them aromatically, which is in your diffuser, or you can do them internally, which is by mouth, which we've been talking about too. All right, so frankincense is my next one that I have on here, and I actually have a friend that's gonna help talk about this. My business partner and sister, Susan Hambrick, has some stuff to tell us about frankincense. I'm not sure how we're getting her on here. I don't know if you want her on here now, or you want me to talk about it a little bit, or what you want to do, Deanna.
Well, I see Susan. Susan, can you hear us? We can't hear you, so I think you are muted.
Unmute yourself.
I'm not getting her sound.
I see your mouth moving, but don't hear anything.
She's gonna hold up cue cards to tell us about frankincense here in a minute. She's yeah, I'm not getting your sound on here.
Hit your button. You gotta do the mute button like you did before.
Yeah, in your bottom left, you gotta hit that mute button again because you're muted. But here's frankincense while she's working on that.
Hello?
There we go.
Now?
There you go. We can hear you.
So, I'm a newbie, just so everybody knows. This is my first time. I didn't click something right. Was the problem.
You're good. You're doing great.
So I heard a little bit on the frankincense. Just talk about the frankincense for a minute. I'm fairly new. Thank you for inviting me. I guess I could start with, I do use frankincense a lot now, more than I ever did. Actually, I joined not too long ago, a few months back, and just been trying to work really hard on learning, what to do with these oils. I've had to learn a different way of life. I've had a lot of medications, had a lot of pains. Now I'm having some stomach issues. And so I started learning about frankincense, of course, in the Bible. that was years and years ago. And now I'm putting it to use. I'm now taking frankincense, 2 drops, 2 to 3 times a day in a vegetable cap, which I still need to today. Something this small. I use something like this. Due to chronic inflammation in my stomach, esophagus, and small intestines, I learned that frankincense is a fantastic for digestive issues. IBS is actually what they claim is what it's really good for. Not that I have that, but is all involved. I was on a whole bunch of medications a few months ago, and then that's when I started reading about frankincense. And so I actually was able to take a few away, and now I'm taking frankincense. With that, taking frankincense, I'm also learning that is also helping my inflammation. I've been in a few car accidents, being in a hit and run 2 years ago. I am supposed to be taking some opioid medication, anxiety medication, this type of medication, that type of medication. Now that I have been using frankincense daily, digesting it, putting it on my pains, aches, muscles, joints, things have reduced. I'm actually supposed to be taking some antidepressant medication as well. I have actually slacked off of that as well. I'm not sure if it is because frankincense is so magical, but it is one of my top oils today.
Excellent.
I swear by it today. I'm currently prescribed 7 types of medications for sleep, anxiety, ADHD. And I have to say, frankincense is the #1 thing working, especially for my inflammation and my thought process, because now I'm in school as well. So frankincense is really good. And it is also a great hormonal situation for me. I am postmenopausal. So I believe it's also working on that as well. I am a lot happier go lucky person here lately, and not having such a hard time studying and accepting things a little easier today, as I am diffusing it as well today.
Awesome. Thank you, Susan. So this is frankincense. She mentioned taking it in a capsule. You can also do under your tongue, which is what I do. So, and you can do that and then kind of chase it with some of your lemon water, because it does taste like a tree since it is a tree. And it does have a ton of uses, and no matter what you're doing in your life, like no matter what's going on in your body or what else you're using, frankincense is just going to give your body good information, and then your body's going to take that information and do a ton of great things. She mentioned how it just helps with anxious feelings, how it helps just give you a healthy inflammatory response. She mentioned how it supports healthy, balanced hormones. And of course, if you're taking any medication, we're not suggesting that you replace medication with essential oils. You obviously need to follow your doctor's advice and make your decisions there, but essential oils do not interact with medications. And of course, when we're talking about oils, we mean doTERRA, because we know that unlike 95% of essential oils, doTERRA's oils are never synthetic, never adulterated. They never are isolates. So they're just like what they should be. And we verify that. So on the bottom of our bottle, you have a number that you can go search our single oils like frankincense to make sure there's nothing in there that shouldn't be. And that's how you know that they're safe to be used in your body, just like healthy foods, fresh water, all those types of things are healthy to be used daily. Susan's experiencing what happens when you give your body the powerful information found in frankincense oil and how your body just naturally adjusts and gets back in line and back into balance. Thank you so much, Susan, for sharing that. We appreciate you very much for being here. I think you did a fantastic job, actually.
Good, awesome.
Thank you. Have a wonderful night. Thank you.
Thanks. All right, Miss Angela, what's up next on our list?
All right. So, the other thing I wanted to mention about frankincense is that it is the oil of security. And my son, who struggles with thinking that monsters in his closet a lot, we use that on him a lot, and it helps him with going to sleep a lot easier. It doesn't technically have anything to do with spring, but it might be something of help for someone that has a child that's kind of struggling with getting that nighttime routine down to a time.
Are you kidding me right now? It has nothing to do with spring. You know what
That's
happens?
true. The time change
is
stinks.
no, they freaking take away an hour of your sleep. Like as a parent, you actually have an extra hour to spare, and they take that from you. They snatch it from your life, and then they put your children on a crazy new schedule.
Yeah.
And yeah, if it wasn't not for oils, I don't know how I would have made it through the last few weeks, because like I am just not cool with somebody jacking around with my body rhythms. It just does not flow well for me. So
yeah, my 9-year-old was like, "This is stupid. Why do they do this? Why do they have to change the time?
There you
Why
go.
can't it just stay
Out
the
of the
same?"
mouths of babes.
And I'm like, I'm not in charge of that. I'm sorry. All right.
Why aren't you? Why are you not in charge of that, Angela?
I don't know. That's just that was not the job I got dealt out for some reason. But if it is, that's the first thing on the agenda. All right. So digestin is another one that's in the kit that we're talking about, and it's one of the top oils that we use in our house all the time. My husband's stomach, he has a lot of trouble with dairy or really rich foods, and he just has a real sensitive stomach, so he uses digestin a lot. And then my daughter, like I said, she can get motion sickness in the car, and so I give her roller, and she keeps that back there with her in the car whenever she has any issues, so we don't have to end up using anything else that's like a chemical base.
Hey, quick question.
Sure.
Somebody wanted to know if you diffuse that frankincense for your son, or do you apply it to him topically?
I've done both. I typically put it on the crown of his head, though. And
cool beans.
It just like at first I was diffusing and putting it on the crown of his head, and then as it seemed like he was getting more secure and not really worrying as much, I tried just the crown of the head. So you can try doing both or just one and kind of see what works for your child. But we just do it topically now. And I mean,
yeah. And it's a safe oil for that. Like you don't even have to dilute frankincense. It's very gentle, even for like, we've been putting it on my son since he was 10 minutes old, and we didn't dilute it. We just took a little tiny bit on our fingertip and rubbed it on his little head. And we've been doing that. He doesn't have such a little head anymore. He's going to be 5 in like 2 days. But yeah, so it's perfectly safe to do that. And it's fantastic. Although I will say that we have threatened to cut him off frankincense wise, because sometimes he's just a little too smart, and he gets like one step ahead of us sometimes. And so we threatened to cut off his frankincense supply for a while.
I think the damage is probably done there. You've been giving it to him since
Yes.
birth, so there's probably no going back at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, so digestin's really good for tummy aches, any kind of gassy feeling, motion sickness. And then the other thing it's good for is like a nervous stomach. I've had a lot of people tell me that whenever they have a lot of anxious feelings, they might start having problems breathing because they're having so many anxious feelings. Their stomach starts feeling upset because of those feelings. That using that on their stomach really helps them kind of calm down, and it helps them not feel like they're going to be sick. So I have not experienced it personally, but I have talked to quite a few people that do struggle with severe anxious feelings, and it helps a lot.
And so, I know this one's not in this kit, but another one that's good for that is cheer. If you try digestin and it doesn't work in that way for you, this is another option. And this one's found in our aromatherapy kit, emotional aromatherapy kit. This is just another one, and it's inexpensive, especially the roller. So that's another one. If you have somebody in your family that struggles with that, try some cheer.
Breathe in combination with the digestin, I've heard, is a really good combo for that. I've had one of my people on my team that she's just had a lot of people run across her path that struggle with that, and she said the combination of breathe and digestin has really helped them whenever they're having those issues.
Interesting.
Yes. So oregano is the next one on the list, and so a lot of people are familiar with oregano as a spice, but as an oil it's amazing for immunity support, and it's really good in your spaghetti. So, you can use it either way. The melaleuca and oregano together are really awesome if you are having any kind of issues with like the cold and flu season, or perhaps you're trying to fight off something a little bit stronger than that. Combining the two is really great by mouth to help with fighting those kind of things off. So oregano is great to have in your arsenal for any time of year, but especially now. The next one is On Guard. On Guard is probably one of my favorite oils. I would have to say my favorite oil is not in the top 10, but this is definitely on the top 5 list for me. And this is amazing for immune support. And whether you're just trying to keep your immunity to its highest level, or perhaps you're having some issues because we are still, I think, technically in cold and flu season. I don't know when that ends, but I think it's like goes into like April or something. Anyway, this is really good if you're having some issues with not feeling well and you need to get that immunity back up, or if you're just wanting to keep it at the same level. Like we went to Disney World last week and you can get God knows what from wherever on the planet when you're at Disney World. And so you better believe that everybody was getting some On Guard on the back of their neck. We were using our hand mist spray that Deanna's showing. That was also great too if you want to spray down a surface, because not everybody is wiping stuff down, or sometimes the workers just can't get to something or whatever. So that's amazing to have on hand. But yeah, so we use On Guard on the daily in our house. That's also a doTERRA specific blend, and it has a lot of oils in it that are really good for immunity and fighting stuff off.
Angela, I know we're running out of time. I wanted my friend Cindy to hop in here really quick and mention On Guard concentrated cleaner, which is a cleaner concentrate that already has On Guard oil in it, and it makes something crazy like 24 or so bottles of cleaner. doTERRA has this really awesome continuous spray mister, and you can see that I've done the On Guard in here. It's only like a tablespoon or two of the cleaner and all the rest water, and then it cleans like your toilets, sinks, everything. What did you want to, you got to get in the camera frame, my dear. This is Cindy.
I use the On Guard cleaner for everything. I use it for the kitchen, for the bathroom. I always just have a spray bottle. And the crazy thing is, I think I have the original bottle. I don't know if that means that I don't clean a whole lot, but I think I have multiple that are open, but it lasts forever.
It really does. It's a really good price, a really good value. And I feel comfortable knowing that like my dog isn't getting any kind of harmful chemicals in his paw pads when he's walking around on floors I've cleaned, because I haven't used harsh chemicals. My little son, like if he eats something off the floor, God forbid, or, you know, just that our kitchen counters are clean, because we're diffusing On Guard and we're, you know, doing all those things all the time with the On Guard oil, diffusing, cleaning the floors, cleaning the sinks, cleaning the toilets. So we don't worry that all these germs and weird things are growing in places. You probably wanted to talk about really quick too.
Yeah, I do.
I probably too soon there.
So Deep Blue is really good for any kind of like discomfort. If you have sore muscles, you have back tension, you have knee discomfort. We have all the sports coming up for kids in the spring, like my son's in t-ball, my daughter's in softball. Amazing for any kind of issues that they're having with that. You can put it on prior to them going out and participating in their sports activity to help prevent some of that discomfort, or you can put it on afterwards, or you could do both. And it's really helpful. I tend to have a lot of knee discomfort from dancing I was a competition dancer for about 20 years, and I just have a lot of knee discomfort now from dancing for so long. So I use that on my knees almost on the daily, and it helps me from having to take any kind of like chemical medication for that, which is a lot better for my liver and kidneys. And then I think you were going to mention how you can get some of this stuff for free. I do recall.
I love mentioning things that are free. So first of all, if you're going to get some doTERRA oils, please don't just buy a random bottle here and there, because you're missing out. And the person you're buying from they are taking all of your freebies. Okay. So when you have your own doTERRA wholesale membership, you get 25% off the retail price. When you get started with a starter kit like this one, Home Essentials, you get a free membership already. So you don't even have to pay for the membership. It's free. That gives you that 25% off. You get a free pedal diffuser, which you're going to need to keep your air and surfaces clean and everybody happy and not grumpy. Okay, that's why you need a diffuser. You're also going to get 10 to 30% back. So when you buy something, they're going to give you back 10 to 30% of what you just spent in free oil points. Like for the most part, $1 is like 1 point. Okay. So it's not like when you spend $86 billion on your credit card and then you get a Frisbee with your bank's logo on it. It's not like that. It's like $1 is a point and you get free stuff all year long. So you'll be able to afford oils that are more expensive, like frankincense and things that your family needs to be using, but they may not be in your budget. doTERRA wants to help you with that. They also give you free shipping rewards. And in March of 2019, boys and girls, if you get the Home Essentials kit that we talked about tonight with the top 10 top 10 oils every home needs, and this diffuser, you're also going to get for free a deep blue rub and an additional free bottle of deep blue oil. And so that's going to prep you for all that stuff that you're going to be doing as the weather starts to get nicer and you're doing more active stuff outside and you've been sitting on your butt all winter trying not to die from 30 below wind chill factor, and your body's like, wait, you're moving around? We don't like this. So we're going to prep you so you don't get hurt and you don't feel sad that you're exercising. We want you to have these in your home. These are used by professional athletes, professional sports teams, college trainers are all using, especially this rub. We've got a lot of chiropractors that are using this product, and it is a super popular. I think it's our third most reordered product at doTERRA is the Deep Blue Rub. It's like a $75 value. You can get all that free. The person that is going to help you get your Home Essentials kit and all of your freebies is going to be the person who invited you to watch this video. So reach out to them. If you don't have a person, reach out to our page and send me a private message. Send me a carrier pigeon, whatever you need to do to take advantage of this offer. You can send me a message or you can go ahead and reach out on my website. It's oilshares, SHARES.org. All right, and we'll make sure you get connected. When you're part of our team, you get to be part of our community. It's not like you're just buying stuff. You get people with your products. And that means that you have people constantly 24 hours a day that are part of our Facebook group where you can ask a question. You can benefit from questions that have already been asked over the last 6 years or so. So like if you're up at 3 in the morning and no one else is around, then you can go and use the search tab and find where other people have already asked your question and get that support. You're also going to have a personal enroller. That person is going to teach you how to use the products that you purchase. Make sure you know how to get safe usage and effective usage out of them. So you're never going to be oiling alone. We've got tons of support and education, and that is one of the biggest benefits of having your membership with doTERRA, having it with an oil family that's worldwide that can help and support you. Okay. Thank you so much, Angela, for being here. Thank you, Susan. We appreciate you sharing. Thank you, Cindy, for that cleaning tip and money saving tip on On Guard Concentrated Cleaner. Be back here with us next week. We're going to talk about another awesome topic and have another one of our top Oil Shares leaders to help guide you through some of our basic oils. Please bring a friend with you. And if you just help somebody get started in doTERRA, bring them along. Make sure you hop on and share and greet your new team member. Again, before we stop talking, make sure you've commented if you're a newbie or a guest so you can enter our drawing and we'll contact you to let you know if you're a winner. All right, guys, have a great week. Happy oiling. Take care.